Hey guys, it's time! It is finally here, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. I've been purposely not Let's Playing the GameCube game for like 2 or 3 years now because I knew this was coming. I kind of predicted it when I was reviewing the GameCube game, and then they announced it like right after I did that. And just before this, I played up to year 6 on the GameCube. I did load this a little bit. It starts you making agreed to this terms of use thing, and it's kind of clunky. There's been a lot of letdowns with this game so far. This song that's coming up, they re-recorded it, and some people prefer the original. I'm kind of in between. But the game itself is great. I'm not sure yet about this remaster, but we're gonna suck it up and enjoy it and get through it together because, yeah, the core game itself is amazing, and I've been waiting forever to play this. So yeah, enjoy the song.
Dreaming of the stars on high that speak to me in secret sighs, drifting on a breeze only I can feel and hear. The beating of the wings up high, beyond the earth, beyond the sky. Come now, don't hesitate, don't look back, we've got to go now. Don't fear, you'll be safe from now on. Morning sky watching over all. Deep inside, so silently, my heart will speak. Deep inside of me, memories flickering and shimmering on endlessly. Keeping close to the path, morning sky watching over all. Moving over endless mountains, oh so high. Walk into the light, your heart will see the path, and you will find the way. Just wait and see. Over endless sky, oh so high. Tomorrow will follow, and it holds your promises today. Just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. That song is great. It gets you in the mood for this grand adventure that this game is. But yeah, both versions are good. Now this is new. This is not the town name I discovered, because I played a little bit through like the main menu. So I'm just gonna call this Bill, because that's my name. That's how it's gonna be displayed online, I guess. You could change it at any time, it said. And now here we go. Come, let us record your adventures in this journal. It shall be known as the Crystal Chronicles. But first, we must know the name of your hometown. Well, I'm gonna name it the same thing as my Animal Crossing one. It defaults to Tipa, or Tippa, but that means nothing to me. So I would name it after my hometown, but there's more on that in a moment. So we're going to use the Welsh word hraith, I believe is how you say it. It is a deeper meaning for nostalgia and homesickness. I'd suggest looking it up because it's pretty awesome of a word and it has no real direct synonym in the English language. But these load times are longer, I've noticed. The morning of my departure was here at last. I tried to brace myself for the journey ahead. There was a field along the main road where I decided to camp until sunrise. Tomorrow, I set out in search of myrrh. So yeah, I kind of like the diary. It kind of looks better. Now, it forces you, it locks you into choosing certain things right now. So set out is what you would always do. You got to design a character, so you have to hit set out. But look at right down there. Take on a dungeon with a friend. This is the biggest letdown of this entire remaster. You cannot experience the story mode and embark from the same hometown as people online. It is a one-player game, and you just have these like little one-off instances in the dungeon. It is so horrible. But yeah, you can create up to 8 members as you would do playing single player anyway, and they did improve upon this. So the Clavets, you can read that if you want. They're basically your all-around. They have good attack, good defense, kind of middle-of-the-road characters. Lilties they have really great attack and defense, kind of like dwarves. Ukes excel at magic. Selkies are kind of like Clavets, but a little bit faster. Their focus attacks charge up faster. So, let's look at the characters. This is cool. I kind of like this interface better than the GameCube a little bit. We'll start from the top here. So the Clavets, we have Calic, Natural, who this is way back in the GameCube when this game first launched, I played as this character. I don't know that I really like him so much today. This guy, my best friend's middle brother played as him, and I used to get together and play with them. I don't know if we'll see him. Cap is cool, and this is brand new. Bobbed, kind of very Japanese. Ribbon for the females, that's a new one. I kind of really like that design. And then we got all the old ones from the GameCube too. Dark coat, short hair, and long hair, and those are your Clavets. So moving on to the Lilties. We've got the originals, bare head, horned helm, steel visor, who I like. I'm probably going to be making him soon. And this bronze dude is brand new. That's kind of crazy. Shy for the females is brand new. And then we've got the returning ones. Characters definitely look great. Moving on to the Ukes, our magic users. We've got One Horn, who I think my best friend was and might be if I'm able to connect with him. He might have been Bumpy, though, or Longbeak, or Black Mage, who I'm definitely going to create. And then we got the new Sky Ship. That thing's nuts. Switching over to the women, we've got the new Submarine. Look at that wireframe body, man. These Ukes are getting weirder and weirder. And then we've got the returning Hardtop, Spoon, Tulip, and Spiral. And finally, the Selkies, who I'm probably going to play as. The male designs have always been weird to me. Wolfie. Shark Eyes, which is cool aside from the hair to me. Bandana, who I'm probably going to play as. Although it might not be my favorite character out of everything here. I don't know. Raccoon Tail is weird. And then the brand new Babunny. Kind of looks like one of the caravans you run into. And this, I love this design. This is probably the greatest one of them all. I don't know how you say it, though. And then all the female Selkies are great. Shark Eyes, I know a lot of people pick this one from videos I've seen. That one, I typically name that one Holly for some reason. I don't know, man. But if I do connect with my friends, I doubt they're going to be Selkies, so it's a choice between the new one or Bandana, and of the two, I think I still like Bandana the best, so this is what I'm going to be playing as. This is brand new. Voices.
Fire! Blizzard! Fire! Blizzard! Fire! Blizzard! Fire! Blizzard!
I don't know how I feel about them, to be honest.
Fire! Blizzard!
But of this bunch, voice 1 sounds kind of the best. Now, if you're playing solo, Blacksmith is usually the go-to. Alchemist could be good too if you're going for a really long game. And I'm just gonna name him Bill. I'm not feeling creative about it. I've been torn with this, man, thinking of my town name, what I'm gonna play as, and I'm still not really fully confident in this choice, but in the off chance I do connect with the 3 people I want to play as, they're probably gonna be who they were back in the day, a Clava, a Lilty, and a Uke. And so I gotta fill the Selkie role, and that's why I've made this choice. And this is my favorite part of this whole game, creating the characters and the send-off. If it would ever load, the GameCube would have been going already. Today, you finally step out in the world in search of myrrh. You come safely back to Hraith, alright? Should you find any materials for smithing, bring them back to us. We'll forge you a fine weapon.
Hey!
Don't worry, I'll take care of Mother and Father. We'll miss you. Be sure to eat well. Yes, you get this awesome send-off. And this cool little blurb, too. Bill, the blacksmith's son, is sent off by his father Zagat, his mother Rossi, his brother Gnu, and his sister Fu Clu. Yeah, the Selkies have weird names. The Clavets have kind of more traditional names. But it's Final Fantasy, man. What do you expect? But yeah, this was on the GameCube. This was so much fun if you had the 4 Gameboy Advances hooked up and were able to pull that off. You're doing this simultaneously. But see, look, it's forcing me to move. I can't create more characters yet. So it's locking you into one player already, and now we've got brand new voice acting, which I saw this cutscene already, and I don't know, man. I don't know about these voices. I like it. I'm gonna give it a chance, but I don't know.
Hail, fellow caravaner. You are the caravan from that village, are you not?
That village, yeah, I mean, it is hard to say.
I heard they were sending out a new caravan. You seem quite capable. My name is Sol Rock. I am captain of the caravan from the great fortress at Alphataria. Our caravan boasts a history that stretches back thousands of years. But let us discuss that some other time. Stiltskin, do you have a moment?
Wait until you hear the Moogle voices.
This is the village caravan. Come on, say hello. Allow me to introduce Stiltskin. He may not look it, but he is a seasoned adventurer. Even we turn to him for counsel from time to time.
No, I'm just a Moogle that likes to get around. I learned all sorts of things in my travels before I knew it. I'm on my way somewhere right now, but I can teach you a thing or two if you like.
No. I said yes, teach me the first
I highly
time.
recommend you accept his offer.
Yes, you wouldn't want to miss out.
And yeah, it was kind of very cumbersome, so I'll get used to it.
I'm sure he will do just fine.
By the way, are you setting out all by yourself, Capo? You've got a lot on your shoulders, Capo. Let me carry the crystal chalice for you, Capo.
Ugh. Yeah, Mog, I don't know about
Yes,
Mog.
a capital proposal. Let Mog help you. Be careful out there. You don't want to get in over your head.
Alright, so the whole concept of this game is you have these roadside events. This is new, the option to read the diary entry when you return to this main menu. That did not exist in the GameCube, but it's kind of pointless because if the year end is the same, it's going to show you all the diary entries anyway. But yeah, you collect diary entries that are memories, and that's very important for the story. I don't know what it's doing here. So now, with that done, let's go back and, before I actually visit the town, I want to start creating more characters, because you definitely want a merchant in your town for buying and selling things, especially the early game. It really pays off. So I have some things in mind. Again, I've been thinking about this for days. I'm probably just going to do who I was way back in the GameCube, 2003, 2004, whenever it was. We're just going to use this Clavet model. The voice, I mean...
Fire! 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 Blizzard! Blizzard!
It's like the same thing. I don't even care. But, yeah, merchant, and I'll just name him Billy because that's what I went by as a kid. But yeah, I was just playing this on my GameCube, like I said, and I played up through year 6, and I had a great time. The inventory management was a little bit clunky, though, that I forgot, and they apparently greatly improved it here, so I'm looking forward to that. So we get a little send-off here. I'll try to speed this up if I can. If you've been watching for a while, you may know I did a prelude to this Let's Play playing the GameCube version, and it was a 40-minute long video, and I got all the way up to Mars Pass. But I think with these load times, there's no way I'm gonna get that far in 40 minutes. The day has come. Every single one of us looks forward to the coming of Myrrh. Not just the Myrrh, of course. We'll count the days until you return. So come crying back to the village, you hear? Are you coming home? You're coming back, aren't you? Yeah, see, Samuel, that's kind of a more normal name. But yeah, Well, I'll try to speed this up and just make the next batch of characters I want to do. Okay, we've got the male Uke of the Alchemist. He's the Alchemist's son, the Black Mage variety. I like to name this guy Tesla, after Nikola Tesla, because Ukes are all about magic and studying stuff, and that just makes sense to me. The Alchemist is a highly important family trade. Starting year 2, all the way up through year 12, you get a new scroll, and by year 12, it's like the greatest, I think it's greatest weapon, the best weapon in the game. And from my understanding, you can now trade between all of these characters, even though you're only going to be playing as one, which is huge, and that's why it's very important to create an alchemist, even if that's not your main character, because you can get these scrolls. Let's see, one of my concerns was, what if I created this Black Mage character, then connected with my friend, who was a Black Mage Uke? What would it do to the hometown? Well, you can't even visit the hometown with your friends, so it doesn't matter. That's how they avoided that situation. So the entire concept of this game, setting out from the same village with your friends in a main caravan, they killed it. Which really irritates me. Alright, we've got a Steel Visor Lilty here. I made him a rancher. We're gonna call him Rex, just because that's what I've been doing with my past couple playthroughs on the GameCube. I like this Lilty variety. Lilties have very strong attack power, and ranchers get free meat every year from their father. And meat increases your attack power temporarily after you consume it. So that's why, to me, a Lilty with a rancher father just makes sense. And I might create one more character that's completely unnecessary. We've got... I mean, a tailor would help, but there's a tailor in the game that is actually useful, so you don't really need one in your town. Yeah, the Lilties are pretty cool. But in terms of meat being good for Lilties, Selkies, their favorite food to start out is fish. So you might want to create a Selkie character whose father is a fisherman, because you get free fish every year. And that could greatly help in combat and stuff. Kind of more normal names there, Miguel at least. Alright, we got the Shark Eyes female Selkie.
Ha! Fire! Blizzard! Ha! Fire! Fire! Blizzard! Blizzard!
Blizzard? What the heck was that?
Blizzard!
I don't know about these voices, man. But, alright, we're making her a fisherman, and I'm gonna call her Kelsey because that's just another thing I've been doing. Kelsey, if you look up where that name, like what it means, it has something to do with boats and water, the sea. And that just fits with Selkie mythology, fishermen, the fact that Selkies in this game, their favorite food is fish, so it all just, and their name is Shark Eyes. So to me, I think it's good. It was very tough, though. I didn't know if I wanted to pick that or the new design. And part of me still wants to play as the new female Selkie because I just really love it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm doing what I would do on the GameCube, basically. Let's see, look at the Selkie mom. I wish you could play as that design. By the way, the whole story of this game is very 2020, like the coronavirus plaguing the world. Long ago, a meteorite crashed down, and ever since then, it's been covering the world in miasma, which is this fog that basically kills you if you step out in it. So all of these towns are powered by a giant crystal, and that crystal needs to be refueled every year or the miasma will take over and kill everybody. So it's this caravan that has to set out and collect 3 droplets of myrrh from the myrrh trees every year. And it's, again, I can't emphasize enough how amazing of a concept it is when you're sitting there in the same room with your friends or family, and you have your Gameboy Advances and you're doing it together. But I'm gonna pick my main guy.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I might have to turn the voices off, but alright, let's actually go visit the town and start playing. Sorry that it's taking so long, but you kind of have to get things going. It's an RPG, it takes a little bit, but trust me, if you're bored and kind of let down yourself, it gets better once you get rolling. Especially once you complete your first year and you kind of understand the flow of things. What the heck? This guy wasn't here on the GameCube. Storage Mog. What's storage? You can use storage to store and retrieve items. Oh, here we go. Anyone from your caravan can take out items you've stored. If you need to give something to someone else, it's the way to go. That is huge. Oh, and the DLC that they're doing, yeah. Yeah, that is massive. Like, that's one of the biggest problems with single-player mode on the GameCube, is you are restricted to that one character, and you have to play as every single character to grow them. But especially with the Alchemist, that immediately comes to mind as helpful. So, the Selkie Dad is the blacksmith. That's a new menu, okay. I don't have anything. Now, the Moogle House. Let's step inside. In the GameCube, you would get stamps, and you would have to collect stamps, and you would unlock a Game Boy Advance minigame called Blazing Caravans. But in this remaster,
Hello, Kapo.
it's still stamps.
Kapo.
But there is something new here, and we'll see what he says. So far, it's all the same, yeah. So you gotta match sets of stamps. This particular one has 3 that he's showing. Some of them are... Oh, yeah, there we go. A memory crystal lets you mimic others. So instead of the Game Boy Advance minigame, you get the mimic ability. You totally become somebody else.
Kapo.
Yeah, I got it. So I'm still not sure, though, if that's restricted by gender and race. Because I heard that it might be. Because I would love to play as Hannah Cole, the female Selkie from the Selkie caravan that you run into. She's probably my favorite, like, world design out there. Yeah, the GameCube game would be going. I don't understand. Like, these textures, it looks way more clear. There's less blurry, but I feel like it just looks like you could see the GameCube textures in all of their not-so-greatness these days. But up here, there's a hidden item that is cyclical. It starts off as a wheat seed. I forget how many items before it resets back to the wheat seed. But every single town has a hidden spot like that, and every time you collect a drop of myrrh, that's passage of time, and you could go visit any town and get it again, which is nice. You can get some very good items that way. So there's the fisherman, this is the merchant, but we're just starting out, there's no need to talk to him. So that covers the beginning part, and again, it's just so much fun creating all those characters with your friends and doing it all together, because you could have 4 players moving at the same time around your town, and you watch as the years go by, your town grow and your fathers get better at their skills, and that's completely removed from this, except for the 1 player. So let's go to the first stage, Riverbell Path. You could do it in either single or multiplayer mode, so yeah, it's all... You pick it as you go into the dungeon now. Set out together is an option from the main options menu. L and R to switch here, okay. Well, I'm just doing single player for now because of this huge letdown that multiplayer actually is. But I like these intros. Let's stop complaining. Take in what this game does right. Because there is a lot of good here, too.
They say that wicked creatures prowl the road along this beautiful riverbank, but nobody's ever seen one. I once asked a man why. He simply replied, because anybody who happens upon one is promptly eaten. But it is long since anyone has met such a fate. For nowadays, people take another route, far away from the spooky old road. Only we walk the old way now. Travelers in crystal caravans.
Yeah, that water looks pretty good. But otherwise, all these other textures are just jumping out at me. Like, they could have done more. I feel like they phoned in a lot of this, and that's really letting me down because I've been very excited for this, but I'm gonna enjoy it because either way, I want to let's play this game. And right off the bat, you're going to notice if you've never seen this before, if you passed it up in 2003, 2004, the music is probably this game's biggest thing. That's huge too. They show you finally bonus points, pick up money. I'm so glad that's on there because you needed a Game Boy Advance before to see what, like that makes a world of a difference. All right, now to get used to the Joy-Cons instead of a GameCube controller, which obviously a GameCube controller I think is more comfortable. Maybe a Switch Pro controller wouldn't be bad. Oh, see, I'm doing it already. Pressing Y. I mean, it is B on the GameCube, but it feels different. So Selkies, their focus attack charges faster. Gotta get the timing. You could do a triple combo too, close up. But that's the benefit to playing as a Selkie is agility, fast focus attacks. We got some fire, that's good. That's this level's boss's weakness. Neat, that's good. That temporarily increases attack power. So if we put the chalice on these things, our element changes to water. This is hugely important for crossing the miasma streams to get to new areas. Open chest to find good stuff. Cure is very good. I probably can't hold more than one right now, though. So yeah, I was really looking forward to playing multiplayer with my friends, and that's why I've waited so long to Let's Play this game. But now I'm still not sure how I'm gonna pull that off, or if I'll do a separate Let's Play. These pots you can light on fire. Take care of this guy. There's a big enemy here. This game, from the beginning, has always been hit and miss. Well, they changed that. That's a Stone of Life. They called it Raise just now. Alright, I got fire selected. Let's bring this big guy over here and light the oil on fire. That'll cause extra damage. Man, he's pretty much out. Whoops, I'm on fire. So this is an artifact, Man-Eater. I think that one's strength. That is the level up system of this game. It's kind of very cumbersome, and it's all based on bonus points. Totally whiffed. Vegetable seed, that's very good for sending to your family. A design for a bronze belt. Yes, that's a Selkie thing. I don't know if they changed that or not. That was one of the things I wanted. There's a very long roundabout path over here. That is wind on that little pedestal, but we want water the first year. So yeah, the gameplay, we're stuck in this radius. It's our safe zone, carrying our crystal chalice with us from the miasma, or the coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. Yes, money. Remember, we gotta pick up money. That's gonna increase the bonus points, which you want really good bonus points at the end of the stage, because that lets you pick from the best artifacts that you found, and that the boss drops. There's a lot of systems at play here that take a while to explain. Luckily, I still have my GameCube Player's Guide for some good tables and stuff. Oh yeah, this is Silver Spectacles. That's a defense increase. And now, as soon as you pick them up, they apply. So whatever defense boost, that's probably +1 defense. It's applied right now, but after I beat the stage, I only get to pick one. And that means you gotta replay these things over and over again, which is kind of the thing all along that's been not so great about this game, compared to a traditional level up system. But when you're playing with your friends, it's, I don't know, there's just a camaraderie to it, and I'll try to get these guys out in one shot. Yeah! Cherry clusters, eating fruit. This is the thing, meat and fish increases attack power, fruit increases magic, and vegetables increase defense. Temporarily, it wears off and resets back to your default. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Wow, this menu is weird. Alright, so here we go. Wow, really? All I have is spring water? One of each? Spring water only heals 1 heart. I mean, I could equip Cure instead of Fire for now. That'd probably be the way to go. That's weird. I thought you started with more of your favorite food. Or did I just... I'll have to look. Yes, bronze! A chunk of bronze so we could craft the belt now when I go back to my father, who's the blacksmith. Bronze gloves, that's a lilty design. Okay, so that's still the same. And see, that's why playing multiplayer is so much better, because you could drop items as you find them and trade them with who needs them and stuff. Phoenix Downs, if you played Final Fantasy, that's how you revive from death. Novice weapon, yes! I think that requires iron, and we're probably not going to find it here, because in this first cycle of the level, it's kind of all bronze. This is going to be a life. Raise, yeah, life is now raise. Weird. I need to look at this, hang on. Yeah, they stack. Okay, so that's that's also huge. If I can't see how many empty spaces of inventory I have, though, so I wonder how many it lets me have. But if they greatly expanded the inventory, that's huge, because when I was replaying the GameCube, like I said, this guy dropped some money, I think. Yep. I replayed it, like I said, I just played through year 6 of the GameCube, so some of these stages, I practiced a bunch. That's useless, that just goes back to the beginning. But let's set up our little fire trap here for the big guy. Got this little squirrel. Yep, that's gonna alert him. Oh, jeez. Get fire back. I'm struggling here, man. I'm used to the GameCube controller. And that menu, too. It's gonna take a little bit. Mage Master, that is increase of magic. And it should be applied, like I said, right now. But the good one, this big goblin right here, he's got the Moogle pocket, and that's always the first artifact you want, because it gives you an extra command slot. So where I keep swapping fire and cure, I'll be able to hold both of them now, if I keep the Moogle pocket! I have a Phoenix down, but still, I'd rather not waste it. Maybe in this instance it's best to eat food. Meat and fish, they both... I'm gonna save fish since they're my favorite. I don't even know where that menu is. Oh, I see it, but I'll look at it later. There's a lot to explain here for everybody who doesn't really know. But there it is, the Moogle pocket, and it should be applied, so let's fix that immediately. Yep, so we'll get cure in here. That's good, we have fire for the boss, and cure for when I don't want to eat food instead. I keep pressing Y to pick up stuff. Because that's where B is on the GameCube controller. I don't know, it's weird. Last treasure chest. Bronze armor. I think it's always bronze armor your first cycle through here. The tree is refreshed every other year, and when it refreshes, the stage becomes cycle 2, and it goes all the way up to cycle 3. Yeah, this is the same. There's no Moogle house in this stage, so no stamp for us here. So on to the boss. Which again, everything about the stages is more fun with more players, but it can be enjoyed single player too, and I promise I'll stop talking so fast and complaining about stuff, but this is my first time playing, and I'm just noticing some things that are kind of clunky, like that transition. Wow. You see how it was chugging along there? I don't know, a lot of it right now for me is saying I think the GameCube and the Gameboy Advances is still the best way to experience this game. But we're gonna power through. Because we've waited. Ah, it tells you the boss names, that's new. So yeah, these bosses are definitely a lot of fun. You can fuse spells with your allies and stuff, but in single player you have to wait till Mog says, "Hang in there, Kupo," and then that means he's ready to cast a spell with you, and you gotta time it with him, and that's your only option. Aside from fusing him in the menu yourself, but more on that one, it's actually pertinent. So the crab, he can cast slow, like that, and otherwise he just kinda does that kind of stuff, and eventually he starts casting thunder. Fire is his weakness in terms of magic. Blizzard is also effective, but not as good as fire. But as a Selkie, you might want to just stick to focus attacks. If you were playing a Lilty, you would want to get right in there and just do the triple combos over and over again. And that's where the 4-player dynamic is a lot of fun, because the Uke would... Here we go. He's ready to cast. So let's see. Drop the chalice, and here we go. Oh, what the? I totally botched that up, and he cast Blizzard. I saw the new casting wheel, but I'm gonna have to get used to that, too. Nuts. Yeah, I don't know, my take-home thing right now... Oh, jeez, is clunky. Everything about this is feeling very clunky right now. And it doesn't have to be. We'll consume fish. Basically, if your character hates fruit, like Selkies tend to do, at the start, you can keep force-feeding them fruit, and eventually they'll like it. And it's possible to like every food and get your maximum health restoration. Like, it's always going to do its perk. Like I said, fruit enhances magic for a little bit. That's always going to be the case, but how many hearts it recovers depends on how much your character likes that piece of food. So just keep throwing it down the hatch until they like it. And you can kind of be strategic about it. Also, this boss music is so great, dude. Watch out, that's thunder. Alright. He's almost down. And again, on the later cycles, he gets a little bit harder. Better defense, more health. Try to do one last cast. Nope. Did we cast gravity? That kind of looked like gravity. Ah, jeez. I didn't realize I made him drop the chalice. This is gonna take some getting used to. That's all I can say. It was a very sloppy fight. I mean, the other option is to record the GameCube version, but that defeats the whole purpose of waiting. This looks good, though. I like the tree. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be inactive for the rest of year 1. Next year, it's not going to be active until after the first drop is collected, because then it's like a full year since this tree gave a drop. And everything about the stage, there's more enemies, more difficult enemies when you come back in Cycle 2, and even more so in Cycle 3, but you get more rare artifacts and item scrolls and stuff. So there is a lot of grinding and replaying these stages anyway, which I might do off screen, actually. I just want to get this first episode going. I was just curious how that water doesn't spill out as you go. And now the male Moogle! I love this system, but yeah, again, the Moogle voices. But I almost don't want to turn voice acting off entirely, because then we miss out on other characters' voices in later cutscenes and stuff.
Male Moogle at your service, Capo. Capo! Here you go, Capo.
Yeah. It's a letter from Roland. It's always Roland. He's the Tipa village leader. So this is always going to be the first letter. But with the letters, I mean, you could read that if you want. You can always say something nice or say something mean. And you can either send item, money, or nothing. So it's always good to send an item. It's better when it's your family, because that actually has a purpose. So the wheat seed, I plan on giving my family a vegetable seed, so I'm going to give this dude a wheat seed just to get rid of it. But if you give that to your family, they'll give you loaves of bread. But see, look at on the left there, they moved this. See how they all just kind of father, mother, brother?
Don't keep me waiting, Capo.
That voice is so weird. So they all just kind of like me standard right now.
So long, Capo.
See, that was another thing. Like, everybody doing that simultaneously. Here we go. Pick up money. I got as much as I could. Jeez, that's a terrible score. You want to get like over 200. Why? But here we go. You can only pick one. So always look for what's the best. It's always +1 in the beginning, so the Moogle Pocket is what you want first, just to get an extra command slot, and that's it. So all those other things, even though I found them, they're gone now. I have to replay the stage and then pick them again. So very flawed and kind of cumbersome. But when it's a multiplayer thing, like that's the thing, this whole game advertises itself as a multiplayer RPG. And when you can pull it off with 4 Gameboy Advances, it's the most amazing experience. There's probably going to be a new event here. Yep. Curious, what's it going to be? It might be Alphateria again? Maybe not, though. Could be Mars Pass. No, I think I have to go to Mars Pass first for that to happen.
Have you heard of the Black Knight? They say he's on a journey to master the art of combat. Few these days ever set out to better themselves. You would do well to master something before your journey ends.
Alright, I could get used to his voice. It's not bad, but yeah, see, this is the cool thing about this game. There's always these little roadside events, and if you could play with 4 players or even 2 players, both of your characters would be there in the cutscene, but that's completely removed from this, the way that they set up online multiplayer and removed the ability to do co-op. Even if you somehow had like 4 Switches or PS4s. I'm gonna go back home to get the new cycle item and try to forge that bronze armor or the bronze belt from my father here. And we could maybe even talk to the merchant and sell like that lilty thing that I'm not gonna need. Although that's a good gift for your father, because to explain that real quick, if your father grows to like you, which happens by replying nicely to letters he sends you, you get a discount. So for a blacksmith, that's huge. Alright, so... Man, I gotta get used to this menu. Okay, it's organized, I like it. So yeah, the bronze gloves, that's a lilty thing, I'm not gonna need it. I could store it, but when am I gonna play as that Rex guy I created? So yeah, all of these I'm gonna forge at one point. Vegetable seed, I'm gonna gift that to my family. Yep, that's all we got for now, so off to a decent start. So let's go get that free item, and then go forge probably the armor instead of the belt, but we'll see. So yeah, like I said, clunky start here, but I love this game. It's got so much going for it, and it's just a shame that it's kind of always been a few, I don't know, things away from being a true masterpiece. Alright, where is he? The Selkie dad is in green. Yep, here he is. Oh yeah, see, it says right there, iron. I don't have iron. So bronze armor, oh, they're the same. +3 no matter what. I feel more comfortable doing the bronze plate. That seems like it would be bigger. But now the thing is, you can't ever sell your old stuff. You can only drop or destroy it. So let's... Oh, there's the favorites. You know what? Here's the options. Let's see if I could turn battle voice off. What? Why can't I turn it off? Maybe I gotta do it from the main options thing on the map screen? Oh, this whole thing is so cumbersome. Maybe it's just I'm not used to it yet. Anyway, I came here to destroy the travel clothes, yeah. Jeez. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you stick around. I promise this is a good game once you get going. I just gotta get used to the clunk of this kind of let down experience so far. But anyway, thanks, and I'll see you next time.